trade are you?
Truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman, I am but, as you would say, a cobbler!
And why dost thou do these men about the street?
Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes, to get myself into more work.
Yeah!
Sir, we make holiday to see Caesar! In his triumph!
Oh, rejoice! What conquest brings thee home? Oh, you hard hearts, you cruel men of... Knew you not, Poppy? Many a time and often you climb into walls and battle is to see great Poppy pass through the streets of Rome. And do you now strew flowers in his way that comes in triumph from Poppy's blood? Be gone!
Go you down that way to the capital, and let no enemies be hung with Caesar's trophies. All about and drive the vulgar away from the streets, so that you too wear your steep and thick. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing will make him fly in ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men and keep us all in servile fearfulness?
To touch Calpurnia. For our elders say the Baron touched in this holy chase, shake off their sterile curse. Who is in the press that calls on me? I hear a voice shriller than all the music. Cry, Caesar. Speak. Caesar has turned to ear.
Beware the eyes of Mars!
What man is that? Fellow, come from the throng. Look upon Caesar. What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again.
Beware the eyes of Mars!
He is a dreamer. Let us leave him.
Will you go see the order of the course?
Not I. I'm not gamesome. I do lack that quick spirit that is in Antony. I will not hinder, Cassius, your desires. I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now, Holmes. I have not through your eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was one to have.
Oh, Cassius, be not deceived, vexed I am of late with passions of some difference. Conceptions only proper to myself, which give some soils to perhaps to my behaviors. What means this shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so?
I would not, Cassius, yet I love him well. But wherefore would you hold me here so long? What is it that you would impart to me? If it be aught towards the general good, set honor in one eye and death ill the other, and I shall look on both indifferently. For let the gods so speed me, as I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot tell what you or other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief not be as live to be in all such thing as I myself. I was born free as Caesar. So were you. We both fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. So indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear. So from the waves of Tiber did I the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god, and Cassius a wretched creature that must bend his body if Caesar carelessly put naught on him. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His coward lips did from their color fly, and that same eye, whose bent doth all the world, did lose its luster. I did hear him groan. I, in that tongue of his, that bade the Romans mark him, and write his speeches in their books. Alas, it cried, "Give me some drink, Cassius." As a sick girl, ye gods, it doth amaze me, a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the new world, and bear the palm alone.
Another general shout.
Why, man? He doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some times are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. When could they say till now, that talked of Rome, that her wide walks encompass but one man? Now is it Rome indeed, and room enough when there is in it but one only man?
That you do love me, I am nothing jealous. What you would work me to, I have some aim. How I have thought of this and of these times, I shall recount hereafter. What you have said, I will consider. What you have to say, I will with patience find time to both meet and answer such high things. Till then, noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome under these hard conditions as this time is like to lay upon us.
I'm glad that my weak words have struck but thus much show of fire from Brutus.
The games are done. Caesar is returning. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I will come home to you. Or, if you so please, come home to me, and I will wait for you.
I'll do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble. Yet I see thy honorable metal may be wrought from that which is disposed. Therefore it is meet that honorable minds keep ever with their likes. For who's so firm that cannot be seduced? Caesar doth bear me hard, but he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now, and he were Cassius, he should not humor me so. I will, this night, in several hands, in at his window's throw, as if they came from several citizens, writings all tending to the great opinion Rome holds of his name. Wherein obscurely, Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. And after this, let Caesar seat him sure. For we will shake him, or worst days endure.
What? Lucius, ho! I cannot, by the progress of the stars, give guess how near today. Lucius, I say! I would it were my fault to sleep so soundly. When? Lucius, when? Awake, I say! What? Lucius!
Called you, my lord.
Get me a taper from my study, Lucius. When it is lightened, come and call me here.
I will, my lord.
It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him but for the general. He would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder and carves, wary walking, crown him that. And then, I grant, we shall put a sting in him that he will carry to do danger with. And therefore think him a serpent's egg, which, hatched would, as his kind, grow mischievous, and kill him in the shell.
The taper burneth in your closet, sir.
Get you to bed again, it is not yet day. Is tomorrow, boy, not the Ides of March?
Sir, March has wasted 14 days.
'Tis good. Go to the gate, somebody knocks. Since Cassius did first wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and first motion, all interim is like a phantasma, or a hideous dream. The genius and moral instruments are now in council, and the state of man, like to a little kingdom, suffers then the nature of insurrection.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door, who doth desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir, there are more with him.
Let him enter. They are the faction. O conspiracy, shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night when evils are most free?
I think we're too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I've been up this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every man of them. And no man here but honor you, and doth wish you had but that opinion of yourself, which every noble Roman bears of you. This is Trebonius, this Decius Brutus, this Casca, this Cinna, and this Metellus Cimber.
They are all welcome. Give me your hands all over, one by one. Aye, Casca, tell us what hath chanced today that the angry spot on Caesar's brow did glow.
Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand, thus, and the people fell shouting.
What was the second noise for?
Why for that too?
They shouted thrice. What was the third cry for?
Why for that too?
Was the crown offered him thrice?
I married was, and he put it by thrice, every time gentler than the other, and at every putting by, mine honest neighbors shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Why? Antony.
And let's swear a resolution.
No. If not the face of man, then the sufferance of our souls. Do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise, nor the insuppressive metal of our spirits, to think that or our cause or our purpose did need an oath.
What of Cicero? Shall we sound him? I think he will stand very strong with us.
Let us not leave him out.
Oh, let's name him not, for he shall never follow anything that other men begin.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no man else be touched with Caesar?
Decius, well urged. I think it is not meet that Mark Antony, so beloved by Caesar, should outlive Caesar. We shall find of him a shrewd contriver, and you know his means. if he improved them, may well stretch so far as to annoy us all. Which to prevent, let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Our course will seem too bloody. Cassius, to cut off the head and then hack the limbs, for Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let us be sacrificers and not butchers, Caius. We all stand up against the spirit of Caesar, and in the spirit of man there is no blood. Oh, that we could come by Caesar's spirit without dismembering Caesar, but alas, Caesar must bleed for it. And, gentle friends, we shall be called purgers, not murderers. As for Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head has been cut off.
Yet I fear him, for the engrafted love he bears to Caesar.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this hereafter. Peace. Count the clock.
The clock hath stricken 3.
'Tis time to part.
But it's doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no, for he is superstitious grown of late, and the persuasions of his augurs may hold him from the capital today.
Never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can oversway. Let me work, for I can give his humor the true bent, and bring him forth to the capital.
By the 8th hour, is that the uttermost?
Be at the uttermost, and fail not then.
The morning comes upon us. We'll leave you, Brutus. And friends, disperse yourselves. But all remember what you have said here, and show yourselves true Romans.
Good gentlemen, look fresh and merry. Let not our looks put on our purposes, and so good morrow to you, everyone. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. He's true. Brutus, my lord, good Portia, what mean you? Wherefore you rise? It is not in your weak condition to commit your health to the raw cold morning.
Nor for yours neither, my gentle Brutus. Stole from my bedside yesterday night at supper, you arose suddenly and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. And when I asked you what the matter was, you looked upon me with ungentle looks. This is not you, Brutus, my lord. Help me be acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and if you were not well in health, then he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so I do. Good Portia, go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? What? Is Brutus sick? Does he steal from his wholesome bed? Does he dare defile the continuation of the night? Does he tempt the roomy and unpurged air? Does he add on to his sickness? No, my Brutus. For you have some sick offense within your mind by which right and virtue I have the ought to know of. How many men have had to resort to you tonight? Some 6 or 7 that did hide their faces in the darkness. Dwell but I in the suburbs of your good pleasure, be it no more. Portia is Brutus' harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then I should know the secret. I grant I am a woman. A woman Lord Brutus took to wife. I grant I am a woman. A woman well reputed, Cato's daughter. Think you I am no stronger than my sex? Being so fathered and so husbanded, I have made strong proof of my counsels. Please, tell me. I will give myself. Oh my God! Here is dying. I can bear that with patience and not my husband's secrets.
O ye gods, render me worthy of this noble wife. Portia, go in a while, and by thy bosom shall partake in the secrets of mine heart.
Tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help ho, they murder Caesar!" Who's within?
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today. Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me, and I do fear them. When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders I have seen, it seems most strange to me that men should fear, seeing as death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
Do not go forth today. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you are not well today. Let me, on my knee, prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I am not well, and for thy humor, I will stay at home. Here's Decius. He shall tell them so.
Caesar, all hail. Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
I will not come today. Tell them so, Decius.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar say a lie? Decius, tell them Caesar will not come.
Let me know some cause lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, Calpurnia here, my wife, dreamt tonight that my statue, like a fountain with 100 spouts, ran pure blood, and Antony hath begged me to stay at home.
This dream is all a misinterpreted. It is a vision very unfortunate. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes in which so many smiling Romans bathed signifies that from you Rome shall suck reviving blood, which many men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This, by Calpurnia's dream, is signified.
In this way have you well expounded it.
That I have, when you heard what I can say. The Senate today plans to give a crown to mighty Caesar. If you send them word that you shall not come, their minds may change.
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia? I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe. For I will go.
Caesar, beware of Brutus. Take heed of Cassius. Come not near Casca. Have an eye to Cinna. Trust not Trebonius. Mark well Metellus Cimber. Decius Brutus loves thee not. If thou beest not immortal, look about you. Security gives way to conspiracy. The mighty gods defend thee. Thy lover, Artemidorus. O Caesar, if thou read this, thou mayest live. If not, the fates with traitors do contrive.
I must go in. I mean, for how weak and faint-hearted the woman is. Oh, Brutus, the heavens speed thee in thine enterprise.
The Ides of March are come.
I, Caesar, but not gone. Read this schedule.
Trebonius doth desire for you to read, at your best leisure, this his humble suit.
Oh, Caesar, read mine first. for mine to suit the touch of Caesar nearer, read it, great Caesar.
What touches us ourselves shall be last, so.
Delay not, Caesar, read it instantly.
Casca, be sudden, for with fear. Prevention. Brutus, what shall be done? If this be known, Cassius or Caesar never shall turn back, for I will slay my son.
Antonius,
Caesar.
let me have men around me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such that sleep all nights. Yon Cassius is a lean and hungry look to him. Such men are dangerous.
Oh, fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He's a noble Roman and well-given.
Would he were fatter, but I fear him not. Yet if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should avoid, soon as that spare Cassius. I'd rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar.
Trebonius knows his time. For look you, Brutus, he draws Mark Antony out the way.
Where is Metellus Cimber? Let him presently prefer his suit to Caesar.
He is addressed. Press near and second him.
Casca, you were the first to bruise your hand.
Are we ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his senate must progress?
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, Metellus Cimber throws before thy seat a humble heart.
I must prevent thee, Cimber. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own, to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repelling of my banished brother? I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Cimber may have an immediate freedom of repeal.
What, Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as thy foot doth Cassius fall, to beg enfranchisement for Publius Cimber.
I could be well moved, if I was you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me, but I am constant as the northern star. The sky is painted with unnumbered sparks. They all fire, and every one doth shine, but there is but one in all that holds its place, that unassailable holds its rank, unshaked of motion, and that am I.
Oh, Caesar.
Hence wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar!
Doth Brutus bootless kneel?
Speak hands for me!
To Brute, then fall Caesar.
Liberty! Freedom! Tyranny is dead! Run hence, proclaim, cry throughout the streets! Some to the common pulpits and cry out, liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement!
People and senators, be not afraid! Fly not! Stand stiff! Ambition stand is paid!
Go to the pulpit,
And
Brutus.
Cassius too!
Where is Antony?
Fled to his house, amazed.
How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over, in states unborn and accents yet unknown? So often shall the not of us be called the men that gave their country liberty.
And what shall we form?
Aye, every man away. Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his heels with the most bestest and boldest hearts of Rome.
Glory, glory, hallelujah! Glory, glory, hallelujah! Stop! Who comes here? A friend of Antony's.
Thus Brutus to my master bid me kneel. Thus did Mark Antony bid me fall down, and being prostrate, thus he bade me say, if Brutus will vouchsafe that Mark Antony may safely come to him, and be resolved how Caesar hath deserved to lie in death.
Tell him, so please him, come unto this place. He will be satisfied, and by mine honor, depart untouched.
I'll fetch him presently.
I know that we shall have him well to friend.
I wish we may, but yet I have a mind that fears him much, and my misgivings still fall shrewdly to the purpose.
But here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
O mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, and spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must we let blood? Who else is rank? In my eyes there's no hour so fit.
O Antony, beg not your death of us. Though now we may appear bloody and cruel, our hearts you see not. They are pitiful, with all kind love, good thought, and reverence.
Yes, your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the discerning of new dignities.
Only be patient till we have appeased the multitude, besides themselves with fear, and then we will deliver you the cause why I, that did love Caesar, and I struck him, have thus proceeded.
I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me his bloody hand. Friends, am I with you all? And do I love you all? Upon this hope, you shall give me reason why and wherein great Caesar was dangerous.
You should be satisfied.
That's all I seek. And I'm more restricted than we speak in order of Scenic.
You shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. Do not consent that Antony speak in his funeral. You know not what you do. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which you will utter?
By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first and speak the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest. He speaks by leave and by permission.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
You shall not, in your funeral speech, blame us, but speak all the good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission. Else you shall have no hand about his funeral at all. And you shall speak in the same pulpit whereto I am after my speech is ended.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
Prepare the body and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle among these butchers. Woe to the hand that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do I prophesy. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cover all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers will but smile when they behold their infants quartered with the hands of war. And Caesar's spirit, ranging for revenge, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war.
Countrymen and lovers, hear me for my cause and be silent that you may hear. If there be any in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love of Caesar was no less than his. If that friend then demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is mine answer. Not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice in it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There's tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who here is so based that would be a bondman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who here is so rude that he would not be a Roman? If any, speak, for him have I offended. Who here is so vile that they would not love his country? If any, speak, for him have I offended. I pause for a reply. No! And none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. With this, I depart, that, as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself when it shall please my country to need my death! Countrymen, please, stay here with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's corpse and grace his speech, tending to Caesar's glories. I do entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony have spoke.
Let it go to the public chair. Noble Antony, go up.
For Brutus' sake, I'm beholden to you. Gentle Romans! Gentle Romans! Friends! Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears! I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Yeah, right. The evil that men do this after them, the good is often interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus have told you Caesar was ambitious. If so, it were a grievous fault, and grievously have Caesar answered it. Here on the leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak at Caesar's funeral. He was my friend! Faithful and just to me. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms the general coffers did fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. When the poor hath cried, Caesar hath wept! Ambition should be made of sterner stuff, yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see, on the Lupercal, I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse! Was this ambition? But Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honorable man. I come not to disapprove what Brutus spoke, but I'm here to say what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause brings you then to mourn for him? O judgment, thou art fled to Brutus' feast, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is there in the common with Caesar. I must pause till he'll come back to me.
Has he, masters? If you will work in this place. Poor soul, his eyes are going to strive and weeping. There's not no man in the world than Antony. He begins again to speak.
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time Caesar ever put it on. It was on a summer's evening in his tent, the day he overcame the Nervi. Look, in this place ran Cassius his dagger through. See what a rent envious Casca made. Through this well-beloved Brutus stabbed, and plucked his cursed steel away. And mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of doors to be resolved. If Brutus so unkindly knocked or no, for Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. In his mantle, muffling up his face, at the base of Pompey's statue, which all the while ran blood, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen! Then you, then I, then all of us fell down, and bloody treason flourished over us.
Oh, piteous spectacle!
Oh, woeful day!
Oh, my bloody
Hey, countrymen, good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir up such a sun-flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable, but private griefs I have, alas, I know not. I come not to steal your hearts away. I'm no order as Brutus is. I've neither wit, nor words, nor worth. But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony that would ruffle up your spirits. But it's on every wound of Caesar that shall move the stones of Rome and rise to mutiny!
We'll do an evil format for
Let it work mischief. Thou art afoot. Take thou what course thou wilt. How now, fellow?
Sir, Octavius has already come to Rome.
Where is he?
He and Lepidus are at Caesar's house. I heard him say Brutus and Cassius are like madmen to the gates of Rome.
Belike they had some notice of the people. How I had moved them. Bring me to Octavius.
I got loyalty inside my DNA. Broken quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though ambition, flow inside my DNA. I was born like this, and born like this, immaculate conception. I transform like this, perform like this, without you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, get off your head. This that put the kids to bed. This that I got realness, I just killed it, cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got riches building in my DNA.
These many that shall die, their names are correct.
Your brother too must die. Consent you, Lepidus? I do consent. Prick him down, Antony.
Upon condition, police too shall not live. Who is your sister's son, Mark Antony?
He shall not live. Look with a spot, I damn him. But Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house. Fetch the will hither. We shall determine how to cut off from charge and legacies.
What, shall I find you here?
Or here, or at the Capitol.
This is a slight, unmarriable man. Mean to be sent on errands? Is it fit the threefold world divided? He should stand one of the three to share it.
So you thought him, and took his voice who should be pricked to die on black sentence and prescription.
Octavius, I've seen more days than you. And though we lay these honors on us, man, to ease ourselves of diverse, slanderous loads, he shall bear them as the ass bears gold. And having brought our treasure where we will, then take we down his load and turn him off. Like to the empty ass to shake his ears and praise in commons.
You may do your will, but he's a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse, Octavius. And for that I do appoint him store of provender. It is a creature that I teach to fight, to wind, to stop, to run directly on. His corporal motion governed by my spirit. And in some taste is Lepidus, but so he must be taught and trained and bid go forth. A barren spirited fellow, one that beats on objects, arts, and imitations, out of use and stale by other men. Begin his fashion, do not speak of him, but as a property. But Octavius, listen, great things. Brutus and Cassius are loving powers. Let us straight make head. Therefore, let our alliances be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched. Let us presently go sit in council, how covert matters be best disclosed, in open peril surest answer.
Let us do so. For we are at the stake, and bade about with many enemies, and some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs.
Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrongs, and when you do them...
Cassius, be content. Speak your grief softly, I do know you well.
That you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here with our Sardinians, wherein my letters praying on his side because I knew the man were slighted off.
You wrong yourself to ride in such a cause.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every knight's offense should bear his comments.
The name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember, March! The Ides of March, remember, did not great Julius plead for justice' sake, contaminate our fingers with base bribes. I had rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman.
Brutus, bay not me. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier. I, elder in practice, abler than yourself to set conditions.
You say you are a better soldier? Let it appear so. And make your vaunting true. It shall please me well for mine own part. I shall be glad to learn of noble men!
Ah! You wrong me every way. You wrong me, Brutus. I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better?
If you did, I care not.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I made you that I shall be sorry.
You have done that you should be sorry for! There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats, for I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass by me as the eye winds, which I respect not. I did send to you for some certain sums of gold, which you denied me.
I denied you not.
You did!
Come! Antony! And young Octavius, come, revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is aweary of the world, hated by one he loves, braved by his brother. If that thou beest a Roman, take it forth. I that denied thee gold will give my heart. Strike, as thou didst at Caesar, for I know when thou didst hate him worse, thou lovest him better than ever thou lovest Cassius.
Sheath your dagger. When I spoke, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you presume so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart, too.
I did not think you could have been so angry.
Oh, Cassius, I am sick of many griefs.
Upon your philosophy make no use if you give way to accidental evils.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Portia?
She's dead.
How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, insupportable and touching loss, upon what sickness?
Impatient of my absence, and grief that young Octavius and Mark Antony made themselves so strong. With this her death the tidings came. With this she swallowed fire.
And died so?
Even so.
Oh, ye mortal gods.
Speak no more. Welcome, good Trebonius.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more. I pray you, Trebonius. I have received letters here that young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, bending their expedition towards Philippi.
Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus have put to death 100 senators.
Mine speak of 70 senators that died, by their prescription, Cicero being one.
Cicero one?
Aye, Cicero is dead, and by order of prescription. Have you received letters from your wife, my lord?
No, Trebonius.
Nor in the ones you writ to her?
Why ask you? Hear you aught of her and yours?
No, my lord.
Now, as you are a Roman, tell me true.
Then, like a Roman, bear this truth. For certain she is dead, and by strange manner.
Farewell, Portia. We must die, Trebonius. By meditating that we must die once, I have the patience to endure it now.
Then great men, great losses shall endure.
I have as much of this in art as you, but yet my nature could not bear it so.
Well, to our work alive. What do you say about presently marching to Philippi?
I do not think it good.
Your reason?
This it is. 'Tis better that the enemy seek us. So shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers, doing himself offense, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defense, and nimbleness.
Good reasons must of force give place to better. Our legions are brimful, our cause is just. The enemy increaseth every day. We, at the height, are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of man, which, taken at the flood, lead on to fortune. Omitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current as it serves or lose our ventures.
Then with your will, go on. We'll long ourselves and meet them at Philippi. Early tomorrow will we rise, and hence, good night, my lord.
Good night, good brother. Farewell, all. How ill this taper burns. Huh. Who comes here? It must be the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makest my blood run cold and my hair to stare? Speak to me what thou art!
Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
To tell thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Why? Then I shall see thee again.
Aye, at Philippi.
Why then? I shall see thee at Philippi then.
This is my birthday, Trebonius. Give me thy hand. Be thou my witness that against my will, as Pompey was, am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties.
Believe not so.
I but believe it partly, for I am fresh of spirit and resolved to meet all perils very constantly. Now, most noble Brutus, the gods today stand friendly that we may, lovers in peace, lead on our days to age. But since the affairs of man rest still uncertain, let's reason with the worst which may befall. If we do lose this battle, then is this the very last time that we will speak together?
No.
What?
No, Cassius, no, think not, thou noble Roman, that Brutus shall ever go bound to Rome. He bears too great a mind. But this same day must end the work the Ides of March begun. And whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take. Forever and forever. Farewell, Cassius. If we do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, why then, this parting was well made.
Forever and forever. Farewell, Brutus. If we do meet again, we'll smile indeed. If not, 'tis true this parting was well made.
Why then, lead on. Oh, that a man might know the end of this day's business ere it come. But it sufficeth that this day will end, and then the end is known. Come, ho, away.
Pandarus, go up higher on that hill. My sight was ever thick. Regard Metellus, and tell me what thou knowest about the field. This day I breathed first. Time is come round, and where I did begin, there shall I end. My life has run its compass. Sirrah, what news?
Oh, my lord.
What news, Sirrah?
Metellus is enclosed round about with horsemen I make to him on the spur. Yet he spurs on. Now they're almost on him. Now, Metellus, now some light.
Come down. Behold no more. Come hither, Sirrah. In Partha did I take thee prisoner. And then I swore thee, saving of thy life, that whatsoever I did bid thee do, thou shouldest attempt it. Come now, keep thine oath. And with this good sword that ran through Caesar's bowels, now be a free man. Search this bosom. I stand not to answer. And when my face is covered, as 'tis now, guide thou the sword. Ah! Caesar! Thou art revenged, even by the very sword that killed thee.
So I am free, yet would not so have been. Durst I have done my will? O Cassius, far from this country Pandera shall run, where never woman shall take note of him. Where, Trebonius, stop his body line! Whoa, yonder! No! Oh, Julius Caesar! Thou art mighty still! Thou turns our swords on our own proper entrails. Come, poor remains of friends, rest upon this rock. I know my hour is come.
Not so, my lord.
Nay, Theseus, nay, I'm sure it is. Thou seest the world, Theseus, how it goes. Our enemies have beat us to the pit. It is more worthy to leap into ourselves than tarry till they push us. Good Theseus, hold hither my sword while I do run onto
This
it.
is not an office for a friend, my lord.
Fly, my lord. There is no tarrying here.
Farewell to you. And you, good Theseus. Lucius, thou hast been all this while asleep. Farewell to thee too, Lucius. Good countryman, my heart doth joy that in all my life I have known no man but he was true to me. I shall have glory by this losing day, more than Octavius and Mark Antony by this vile conquest shall attain unto.
Fly, my lord. Fly.
Hence, I will follow. I pray thee, Lucius, stay thou by thy lord. Thy life hath had some snatch of honor to it. Hold, here my sword, and turn away thy face while I do run onto it. Will thou do so, Lucius?
Give me your hand first. Fare you well, my lord.
Fare you well, Lucius. Caesar! Now be still. I killed thee with half so good a will. His truth is marching on.
What man is that?
This is the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only in general honest thought and common good to all. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.
According to his virtue, let us use him, with all rights and respect of burial. So call the field to rest, and let's away, depart the glories of this happy day.